This is a video in a playlist with a sponsor. This video is brought to you by Exfoliage. We sell Young Living knives and oil in a holistic, topical, in-shower, spice, suffer less. Anyway, this is what Young Living recommends on smoking cessation, and what they recommend black pepper. It says it removes the desire, black pepper, and also clove, right under your tongue or on your tongue before lighting. It's going to help remove the desire to smoke. We also have a blend called Purification, a blend called Thieves, another one called GLF, Peace and Calming, and Present Time, and Purification. Supplements is Super C, Juvatone, Juva Power. And while you're in your affliction, you will learn the law. I'm reading to you the law for stalking from the Pennsylvania Code 2709.1. Stalking. A person commits the crime of stalking when the person either, 1, engages in a course of conduct or repeatedly commits acts towards another person, including following the person without proper authority, under circumstances which demonstrate either an intent to place such other persons in reasonable fear of bodily injury or cause substantial emotional distress to such a person. They're guilty. Number 2, if they engage in a course of conduct or repeatedly communicates to another person under circumstances which demonstrate or communicate either an intent to place such other person in reasonable fear of bodily injury or to cause substantial emotional distress to the other person. This is Section B's venue. The offense committed under this section may be deemed to have been committed at either the place at which the communication or communications were made or at the place where they were received. Acts indicating the course of conduct which occur in more than one jurisdiction may be used by any other jurisdiction in which an act occurred as evidence of a continuing pattern of conduct or a course of conduct. And except as otherwise provided in Section 2, it is a first offense. First offense under the section is a misdemeanor of the first degree. The second and subsequent offense or a first offense under subsection A, if the person has been previously convicted of a crime of violence involving the same victim, same family or household member, including but not limited to violation resulting to simple assault, aggravated assault, recklessly endangering another person, strangulation, kidnapping, rape, involuntary deviant sexual intercourse. Then it's the felony of the third degree. And Section D, false reports. A person who knowingly gives a false information to any law enforcement officer with the intent to implicate another under this section commits an offense under Section 4906 relating to false reports to an officer. This section does not apply to constitutionally protected activity. I don't know if we needed to say that, but it does. Okay, and I'm going to read you something from the Bible, but I'm going to let you figure it out, what I mean by it, okay? Jesus said the healthy don't need a doctor, Luke 5:31, Matthew 9:12. Mark 5:26 talks about the woman who suffered much under the hands of doctors. Zechariah 1:15, I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. Jeremiah 30:13, we have no healing medicines here. Ezekiel 16:22, in all thine abominations and thy whoredoms, thou hast not remembered the days of thy youth, when thou was naked and bare and polluted in thy blood. Psalms 129:2, many a times have they inflicted me from my youth, yet they have not prevailed against me. Isaiah 10:1, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness which they have prescribed. Acts 7:19, the same people dealt subtly with our kindred and evil entreated our fathers, so that they cast out their young children to the end that they might not live. 2 Kings 8:12, Hazael says, why weepeth my Lord? And he answered, because I know the evil that thou wilt do to the children of Israel, their strongholds that will set on fire, the young men that will slay with the sword, and will dash their children and rip up the women with child. Leviticus 19:28, you shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. Jeremiah 48:12, therefore behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send unto him wanderers that shall cause him to wander, and empty his vessels and break their bottles. Genesis 50, line 2, is the physicians who were in with Pharaoh that was ordering babies to be killed. 2 Corinthians 2:6, sufficient to such a man is this punishment inflicted by man. Read that whole section for context. Daniel 8:25. I'm sorry, it's Job. It's Job 24:14. The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief. Surely there is a vein for silver and a place for gold where they find it. How about Isaiah 9:1? Nevertheless, their dimness shall not be such as was in her vexation, when at the first he lightly afflicted the land of Zerubbabel and the land of Natalia, and afterwards did more grievously afflict her by the way of the sea beyond the Jordan, in Galilee of the nations. The people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them hath the light shined. 1 Corinthians 3:17, if any man defile the temple of God, him will God destroy. That's like a divine threat, isn't it? Ezekiel 16:20, moreover, thou hast taken thy sons and thy daughters, whom thou hast borne unto me, and these thou hast sacrificed unto them to be devoured. Is this of thy whoredoms a small matter? Ezekiel 34, therefore thus saith the Lord God unto them, behold, I, even I, will judge between fat cattle and lean cattle, because ye have thrust with side and with shoulder, and pushed all the diseased with your horns, till ye have scattered them abroad. Therefore will I save my flock, and they shall no more be a prey. I will judge between cattle and cattle.